Now I'm not saying the game is like by any means like this great, amazing like thing, but I'm gonna say this right now. This game is in my top 10 Sega Saturn games I've played. I would probably put this as number 10. I know that that's a really hard lineup, but I think this game belongs in there, and it's gonna be really hard for those of you that haven't played it. You're gonna be extremely judgmental on how it looks and how it plays, and I'm not gonna argue that because I felt the same way the first time I played it. I didn't want to play it afterwards. I was extremely disappointed that I spent $200 on it, and I was pretty pissed off. And I played it again, and something happened, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And I know that there's going to be a lot of disagreements with this game, and I think it's a very polarizing game. And I think I could be wrong. I'm just assuming these things because I know the way I felt, and then afterwards when I played it again, I realized how the game kind of works in a way. It's not really anything complicated. It's just it's a really complicated scenario when it comes to this game. I think there's a lot to discuss about this game. I think that this is not as simple as a shmup in the way it presents itself, which, I mean, it is, but it's not like Strikers 1945 where like, oh yeah, shoot this, shoot. I mean, it is, but that's what I'm saying. It's just really hard to explain what I'm trying to say, that it's not, because it's gonna look really bad, and that's what I'm trying to soften the blow before you're like, oh my god, that's $200, why the hell would you do that? I agree, why the hell would you do that? But no man, I love it. I absolutely love it. I played this bitch like 10 times in a row. I'm not kidding. Like I'm not kidding when I say that. Like it's good. It's really, really good. And it's not gonna look like that on the video because you're gonna be like, oh, can you tell me what's good? And I'm gonna try, but I don't think words are gonna be enough to really express the game the way it should be expressed. Like, I can tell you how to drive a car, but you might see it and you might know the way it works because you push down the pedal, you go, simple. But it's not until you're actually in the driver's seat that you experience it for what it is. And that might have been a bad analogy for this game, but that's the only way I guess I can kind of put it is, yeah, it's gonna look bad. You know what? Let's start the show. So let's start off discussing the 3 different modes. There's Sega Saturn mode, isn't important. Arcade mode, isn't important. And arrange mode, the only mode worth playing. And now let me explain why. Let's go into options. Here you can adjust game difficulty, extends, player stock. But the main important thing here is the power up. Now let me explain this because this is pretty much pretty important to the game. It only applies to arrange mode, which is why the other 2 modes don't really. I mean, they're fun to play, but arrange mode is really where it's at. But obviously, the more the merrier. So I still think arcade mode is still fun. It's different, a little different, but it's overall the same. But let me explain these. So power up A mode works like this. You got your power ups going on, you're high and mighty, you're like, oh, I'm unbeatable. And then you die and you reset all the way back to level 1 power up. That's, yeah, don't pick A, don't do that. So let's go to C power up. So here you are cruising in the air, you know, killing people, and then you die. But you only go down 1 level instead of resetting all the way down to level 1. So it's a little better, not as punishing, so it's good. Unless you like to be punished, and in that case you're a full-blown A player mode. I mean, some guys like that, you know. I'm not up for, you know, pain and pleasure. That's not something I'm into. But if you are, hey man, you play A and you rock that shit. Let's go to power mode B, the best mode in my opinion. If you haven't already guessed it, unlimited power, regardless if you die, where you die, how you die, this, that, unlimited. You don't have to worry about power-ups. And then you'll be thinking, Jesse, that's not a challenge. Well, I haven't told you how hard the game is, and the game is ridiculously hard. But yeah, B is where it's at. B is the best, that's why it starts with a B.
Bang. Blue Smasher. Thunderclaw, Pincho Laser.
So as you can see, we have 3 weapons to choose from. Red Fang, Blue Smasher, Smash, and then the best weapon, Thunderclaw, and then Bichu Laser. You also have 2 different ships to choose from, but you can only play the red ship by hitting the start button on the second controller. So, like, I don't understand why they do this. They did this in Blast One, and now they do it here. Like, what is the point of doing this? Is it like trying to trick the system? Are you trying to, like, what's the point of doing that? Like, don't do that. Stop doing that. Just make the ship selectable, and we're good to go. So the blue ship, gets the Thunderclaw, and then the red ship gets the Bichu Laser, which is amazing, and it's my favorite weapon. Other than that difference, the other 2 weapons are exactly the same, Smasher and Red Fang, and the ships are the same. Something interesting with Red Fang and Blue Smasher is that when you repeatedly smash the A button, the bullets get stronger. Check this out. And when you just hold it down, they get weaker. I know it's not some crazy revolution type thing, but I find that really interesting and a really cool playstyle. I want to talk about my favorite weapon, the Bichu Laser. Check this thing out, man. It's like shoots little sparks of electricity, and I'm gonna slow some of this down and zoom in because it's really cool, and I wanna edit it to check it out myself. Oh my god, that is so freaking amazing. It's so awesome. Look at that, little sparks. So cool. And I died. Awesome. Way to go, Jesse. Okay, hold on. Let me slow that down. This thing is doing some work. Oh my goodness, I love it. The detail is so awesome. I love it. So one thing you'll notice is that your ship is really slow. This actually makes the game different. Instead of being some fast-paced moving ship, you move really slow, which makes every move you take important. And this adds to the identity of the game, or the uniqueness of the game. So all these elements combined create this really neat experience, which to me makes it what it is, what I've said in the beginning, which is this different kind of game that isn't your regular kind of shmup. It takes a little more thought. And of course the music is kind of catchy. It's not the best music, but I think it does the game overall justice. That about wraps up the video for the most part. Hopefully I displayed what I was trying to get at, and if I didn't, then just know that the game is worth trying and picking up. At least for me it is. The game ranges anywhere from 200 to 240 and it just keeps going up. I suggest waiting for a bid or one to show up for 200 and try it out, and if it's not for you, it's not for you. Anyways, if you're new, hit that like button, it helps me out, and subscribe. Anyways, now it's the giveaway, so over and out. Peace. Anyways, for the giveaway you have Cyberbots or Pretty Fighter, and the winner is Aladar Jarak. You'll see it right here. Sorry if I meant to pronounce it wrong, and I gotta remember the name and say it. So yeah, you got your choice between Pretty Fighter or Cyberbots. Okay, as for the next giveaway, we got Layers Section 2 or Strikers 1945, which is one of my favorite games. Actually, this is one of my favorite games too. Actually, they're both some of my favorite games. So yeah, just hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know what you thought of the video or what can I improve on. I always appreciate feedback. So yeah, good luck to anyone that answers. Layers Section 2, Strikers 1945.